You are watching KEVU 25 News Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Seibel. High winds and large hail reported in Cuero and throughout the Crossroads early Sunday morning. Here are some pictures that viewers sent in, so thank you for everyone that sent those in. The First Warn Storm Team was monitoring high winds and large hail in Cuero Sunday morning. They had ping pong as well as golf ball size hail as well as rain here and through Victoria. So, Howie, can we expect any more of that severe weather? I know you mentioned possibly an alert day maybe Tuesday or later this week.
I think right now we're out of the woods, Adam, for severe weather. Now, to stay completely dry, that's a little bit different. We still could see some lingering showers. If I don't break it down right now, definitely in my full forecast, I'll explain why we still could see some rain in the next couple of days, or maybe even later in the week as well. Temperature-wise, though, hey, we got knocked down with our latest cold front pushing through overnight into the 50s. Today, we didn't get out of the 60s. We should make it up to about 71-ish tomorrow, but hey, yeah, we really got knocked down temperature-wise. A little breezy, few areas gusting about 25, but overnight, ooh, a little on the chilly side. I got a 40% chance of some showers. I'll explain about how those showers will come to be coming up in a little bit, Adam.
All right, thanks, Howie. Victoria Fire Department responding to a fire off Mockingbird this afternoon around 1 p.m. at the Third Coast Partnership Business. VFD Captain Jansen said that the building was unoccupied at the time and there's an ongoing investigation into the cause of that fire. However, Jansen said there's some speculation it might have been caused by some lightning. He said the call came in around 12:50 p.m. Sunday afternoon and that fire was contained mostly to the attic, so there was some water damage to the interior of the building, but not any extensive fire damage. Authorities investigating after 9 teenagers were injured during an after-prom party early in Jasper County today. Jasper County deputies are looking for persons of interest following the overnight shooting and a second shooting that could be related. The first shooting took place during an after-prom party at a residence in Jasper, which is in southeast Texas. Deputies responded to the scene and upon arrival learned that 9 teenagers had been shot, with the victims ranging in age from 15 to 19 years old. The victims were transported to local hospitals for treatment and all of their wounds were non-life-threatening. Deputies believe about 250 teenagers were at that party and a white sedan was seen at the after-prom party was involved in a second shooting. The sedan was stopped by the Texas Department of Public Safety troopers and is being processed. Both shootings are currently under investigation. A bill that would require a poster or framed copy of the Ten Commandments to be displayed in Texas public elementary and secondary schools passed on the Senate on a 17-12 vote. SB 1515, which is not yet law, also mandates a certain size and typeface for the display, so it's visible to a person with average vision anywhere in the classroom. The measure would go into effect immediately with 2/3 support in each Texas legislative chamber. Otherwise, it would be enacted with the beginning of the next school year in September. The Texas Senate also passed a measure that would require a time for prayer and Bible reading in public schools. In a statement, Texas Lieutenant Governor says the measures represent a step to ensure, quote, all Texans have the right to freely express their sincerely held religious beliefs. Last year, a new Texas law required schools to display a donated poster or framed copy of the motto, "In God We Trust." So this brings us to your viewer poll this evening. Remember, you can scan that QR code on your screen to vote. So the question, do you agree with that Texas Senate bill requiring public schools to display the Ten Commandments? Let's take a look at these results here. It looks like 66% say yes, you're in support of that, and 34% say no, you disagree. Thank you for voting. We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. Early voting for the May 6th election begins tomorrow. Early voting is April 24th and 25th at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Victoria College Student Center, 2200 East Red River Street. Also over at the Patty Dotson Health Center, 2805 North Navarro, from April 26th through 28th and May 1st and 2nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then the official election day, Saturday, May 6th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All right, grab your cell phone and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer polls. And you can also download our app, Crossroads Today Plus. It's free on any Android or iPhone streaming device. Stay with us. Coming up, actions in Sudan as the U.S. military helped the U.S. Embassy personnel and their families get out of the war-torn country.
So our severe strong storm, severe weather going away, but hey, we're still looking at some rain showers. We'll talk more about it coming up just a little.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we created the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, part of America's best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it puts the world at your fingertips. And now, there's a great in-stock selection to choose from at your best in Texas Ford dealer. Drive F-150 now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash plus up to $1,000 accessories cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas. When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care. The freshest flowers, the prettiest plants, balloons and gift baskets too. It beautifully unique is what you seek. Making lasting impressions is what we do. Always the very best value for you. When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care.
Are you ready to stop letting big business take your customers away? Phase 3 Digital is your #1 digital marketing resource to keep your customers shopping with you. With an office right here in the Crossroads and a team of support across the nation, we can help you wherever your business is in the online journey. From building a site to developing e-commerce capabilities to growing your customer base, we will drive results. It is time to take the next step in growing your business with Phase 3 Digital. Are you ready to take your customers back? Give us a call or visit us online to get started.
Happy birthday, Miss Kelly Clarkson.
Thank you. We are celebrating my birthday with country star Jimmy Allen. Plus,
What's up?
we catch up with some of our favorite musicians. Happy birthday to you. And we got a big surprise. Next, Kelly.
1, 2, 3.
3 years ago, her 15-year-old daughter was lured into the dark world of child sex trafficking and hasn't been seen since. You found 44 out of 45 cases. The one you haven't found yet is
Kristen.
She was one of 12 girls he kept in a house and sold for sex. He would tie you up, tape your mouth shut.
I have bruises, scars. I call them my warrior tattoos.
New Dr. Phil.
Each week, we've been getting an update on the legislative session. 25 News Now Sunrise anchor Carolina Estrain catches up with Texas Tribune Capitol reporter Renzo Downey.
It's been a busy week at the Texas Capitol. We have Texas Tribune Capitol reporter Renzo Downey here with the latest. Welcome, Renzo.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, we love to hear from you each week. Thank you for making the time. And let's go ahead and dive right in. Lois Clokhorst, our state senator, he or she has been appointed to a special committee that's related to the current budget bill.
Yes, so Senator Clokhorst has been named as one of the Senate budget negotiators. So what that means is she's going to be one of the ones working with the House to try to hammer out the state budget. The House and the Senate have both passed their versions, and so now they got to iron out those differences, and there's still quite a few gaps there that they need to work through. And they got to pass that out by the end of the session to get that to the governor.
Right, and to avoid a government shutdown. Nobody wants that. And I know there was an amendment we spoke about previously that was added by the House that would basically make it illegal to use any public funds for private school tuition. So targeting that voucher bill that the Senate has been supporting that would provide voucher money to private schools, promoting school choice, as they say. So where do you think this amendment will end up through these negotiations?
Yeah, so the House budget bill currently has this language that would ban those voucher dollars, and that's likely going to come off during these negotiations. But whether the House and the Senate come to a full agreement of what to do with vouchers exactly, that's still to be seen. So that's one of the things we're following the rest of the session.
And there are a few education items on the agenda, including the Reader Act. Can you fill us in about the Reader Act and where it stands?
Yeah, so the Reader Act was passed by the House this past week, and that bill would police public school library books. And so trying to get sexually explicit material out of school library books. And that's a contentious bill. It passed the House, got a few Democrats to join onto that bill, even though the Texas Democratic Party chair came out against that bill strongly. So it's going to be interesting to see how that ends up passing this session.
Yes, many school libraries, many public libraries impacted by this movement, trying to drive these books out of schools and in public libraries. Well, thank you so much, Renzo, for this update. We look forward to hearing more from you each week during the session. I'm hoping it's not too long of a session.
Yeah, well, we still have until the end of May, so a few more weeks left.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll go back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Carolina. The city of Uvalde, Texas, has a new assistant chief of police. According to a statement from the city manager, that position now filled by Homer Delgado. He's currently the chief of police in Dilley and will start on May 8th. The statement spoke about Delgado's history of building relationships between the citizens of Dilley and their police department, going on to say that what was witnessed in Uvalde in May of 2022, when he served as incident commander for Operation Coyote Overwatch that took place the days after the deadly mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, law enforcement from across the state arrived in the city to help out the department and pick up shifts. Lieutenant Mariano Patergas was Uvalde's acting police chief during the mass shooting. He resigned from the department back in November. Now to that evacuation in Sudan, as the U.S. military helped U.S. Embassy personnel and their families get out of the war-torn country. But there are still an estimated 16,000 American citizens still in Sudan.
U.S. Special Forces, including the Navy's SEAL Team 6, carried out a dangerous mission to evacuate American embassy personnel from Sudan. 3 Chinook helicopters took off from a U.S. base in Djibouti, flying 800 miles to Sudan's capital, Khartoum. A National Security Council spokesperson tells ABC News President Biden authorized the operation on Friday. The president saying in a statement, "I am grateful for the unmatched skill of our service members." Those helicopters were on the ground in Sudan less than an hour before airlifting almost 100 American diplomats and staff, along with their families, out of the country.
Anytime you're flying, at 100 knots, very close to the ground in pitch black, there's certainly some risk there.
The Pentagon calling the mission fast and clean, with no shots fired at the choppers in Khartoum and no casualties. Secretary of State Antony Blinken monitored the operation in real time. The violence in Sudan now in its second week, the result of a power struggle between 2 rival military generals. In 9 days, more than 420 people have died and nearly 4,000 more injured. Several other countries, including Italy, France, and the UK, are now working to evacuate their embassies. The State Department says there are no large-scale evacuation plans in place for the roughly 16,000 Americans still in Sudan.
The Pentagon said that they could maybe think about setting up a safe corridor between Khartoum and Port Sudan, and that presumably using drones would allow the U.S. Navy to take people out by sea.
With the airport now closed, that 518-mile road from Khartoum to the Port of Sudan is one of the only ways out. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Strain will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. And you can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them. That segment airing this Tuesday.
Still looking at some rain over the next couple of days. We'll talk about it straight ahead.
The Victoria Television Group is proud to honor our veterans, and we need your entries. Each month, we'll acknowledge a new veteran to salute. To submit, go to the Military Hero page on CrossroadsToday.com and help us recognize the deserving servicemen and women in our community.
This is the one and only Jalitos Ranch Hunger Buster at DQ. Topped with pepper jack cheese, crispy Jalitos, and jalapeno ranch. It's the perfect combination of spicy, creamy goodness. It's a symphony of flavor. It's the ultimate expression of the jalapeno. It's
gonna get cold, Dad.
Oh, sorry. The Jalitos Ranch Hunger Buster. It's indescribably good.
DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Tired of your typical clock-in, clock-out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
Looking for a way to support your community? Find unique treasures at Blue & Company. Why not catch a movie at the Grand Theater or spruce up your garden at Handy Stop Nursery? Shop local and support your community. Visit Yoakum and explore all it has to offer.
You blew her off to go out with friends.
Yes, ma'am. Mad after her man didn't come home.
You got into an argument, packed the stuff and left. Did you know where she was going? Oh, yeah. That's where she always goes.
But was another man waiting for her?
You mean she goes back to her husband?
Yes.
Your husband supports you?
Yes.
Kind of a bizarre relationship. Mr. Pipkins, I can almost understand why you went out with the boys.
Next, Judge Judy.
Sherry's back, and look, we're live! Did somebody say happy birthday? It's my birthday celebration with Patti LaBelle.
All right, we'll start off in Cuero. We don't see the sun we had a couple hours ago, but yet we're still looking at cloudy skies. Most of our severe weather and all the stronger weather scenarios and variables have moved out of the area, but there's still moisture. We get the right lifting and forcing. We can still see some showers here in the crossroads. We saw nearly 2 inches in Victoria, more than an inch in most locations here in South Texas. But what happened? That cooler air moved in. Look at that. We topped out at 67 degrees. We've been as warm as 93 back in 1955. But yeah, we've been 85, 86, 87. So what's going on? This cooler air, yeah, it knocked us down. Very chilly day here in South Texas. At least it was for me because I was used to the warmer weather. All right, here's what's going on. Watches and warnings. Yeah, these have all disappeared. As I mentioned, not looking at enough energy to support strong, severe weather or strong storms. But hey, we still could see some rain in the area, and I'm going to go into that in half a minute or so, and we'll break all that down, what's going on. Now, here's our future temperatures. Yeah, we got knocked into the 60s. We might make it back into the 70s tomorrow. Overnight, a couple of nights, we might drop down into the 50s. We will start rebounding later in the week. We'll start to see some warm air out of the Gulf moving by the middle of the week. But yeah, we're looking at a chillier start to the week. But you know, it's kind of refreshing and relaxing after seeing such intense heat, because you know pretty soon we're not going to be looking back at the intense heat for several months until we start heading into fall and winter. Dew points. Okay, they've been kind of up and down. Front move through with dry air. Moisture keeps moving in from some storms out from the west. So yeah, we're staying right about mid to upper 50s. Lower 60s. Okay, winds. We had some gusts in that 35-mile-per-hour range, then down to 30s, but for the most part, winds, few spots gusting away in the mid-20s. Other than that, winds on the lighter side. So yes, this boundary brought some winds, but hey, really not too strong. All right, our boundaries pushing through. Now, I talked about, yeah, most of the heavy stuff or heavier rain or stronger storms, that energy has left the area. But what's going on now? As that cooler air pulls down from the north and that moisture moves up from the Gulf, it's going to undercut that moisture. That lift is definitely going to support cloud cover, but could be enough to also bring us some lingering rain through Monday. But then what happens on Tuesday? some more storms push in from northeastern Mexico. That could bring us some more rain showers to the area once again, keeping us with more rain on Tuesday. I think we dry off on Wednesday, but then another boundary heads our way from out of the north. This could be enough to strike up some showers once again. Probably going to bring us some more wind as well as this boundary pushes through South Texas. Let's go to our future tracker. Here is what we have for our rain. So any shower you see or scattered showers, that's going to be from the colder air undercutting the warm moisture and creating that lift. But then I talked about Tuesday, another storm, pushes in from northeastern Mexico. That could bring us some rain as well. Then we'll dry off on Wednesday. Maybe showers overturning again on Thursday. Okay, here we go. Small craft advisory. So seas occasionally at 8 feet. That's going to keep us on the choppy side. So yes, be careful out there on the waterway. This evening in the 60s, but we're going to drop down into the 50s overnight. Still got a 30-40% chance of some rain. Again, with that undercutting of that colder air and warmer air, we still could see some lingering rain. Tomorrow, 71, mostly cloudy, just a 20% chance of rain. But look at that, still, that's 10 degrees below average. This front really brought in some cooler air into the crossroads. Looking ahead, okay, an alert day for Tuesday. That storm moves in. We could see some more rain. We dry off on Wednesday. And then look at that, cooler on Thursday once again. We slowly warm up with another boundary headed our way Saturday and into Sunday. That can strike up some showers as well. For more weather, news, and sports, you can go to our app. That's at crossroadstoday.com, and that is free with any Android and iPhone. That's it for weather. Now we go to sports with Zach.
Thank you, Hal. You want to know what else has been hot? Baseball in Texas. I'll have that coming up in sports.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Good evening, Crossroads. Major League Baseball in Texas has been on fire, starting with Houston, who completed a 3-game sweep. A throwing error had them down 2, but in the 8th, Jordan came through with the bases loaded, drives in 2 for the tie, and in the 9th, it's University of Houston product Corey Julks with the go-ahead base knock. With 2 outs and 2 strikes, the Astros would tack on a few more and win 5-2. And last night, the Rangers had a historic performance, and today, well, just an ordinary victory. Jacob deGrom, fantastic, going 6 innings on 1 run and 11 strikeouts. Rangers win 5-2 and are 14-7, leading the Astros by 2.5 games. 4 games in the NBA today, with one of them currently going on with Denver and Minnesota. The first one of today, the Cavs and the Knicks. New York goes on to win behind 29 points from Jalen Brunson and 26 from R.J. Barrett. They now lead that series 3-1. They'll now shift back to Cleveland as the Cavs try and extend this series. Arguably the best series of this first round of playoffs, the Warriors and Kings, the Dubs trying to protect home court to tie the series. It got dicey at the end when they were called for a technical foul for calling a timeout they didn't have. And on top of that, the Kings would answer with a quick 3, and now they're down by just 1. They'd get the ball back, still down just 1, and with time winding down, former Warrior Harrison Barnes at the horn but it wouldn't fall, and we are all tied at 2 apiece. Oklahoma Sooner great Trae Young and the Hawks hosting the Boston Celtics, trying to protect their own home court and tie the series as well, but Boston would prove to be too much for Atlanta. They had 6 men in double digits, including 31 apiece from Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Boston with a shot to put the series away on Tuesday. All right, enough national stuff. We've got some playoff series coming our way this week, beginning with Victoria East. They lost twice to Ray last week. That no longer matters. They've got a huge playoff matchup starting Thursday, game 1 at 5:30 at Cavanis in Corpus versus number 16 Carroll. Then game 2 Friday at Riverside. Game 3 would be Saturday if necessary. It is a best-of-3 series. The Cuero Lady Gobblers are co-district champs after their 3-2 victory over the Navarro Panthers last night. Now the girls will play a seeding game against Navarro at Marion High School at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Congrats to the Gobblers. In Goliad on Thursday, the Ganado softball girls have a postseason game as well, and big week for NFL fans. It is draft week. As a Texans fan, hopefully better days are ahead, and Cowboys fans, I'm sure it's your year. Adam, back to you.
Thanks, Zach. Stay with us. Coming up this weekend, the nation celebrated National Record Store Day, a blast from the past, seeing a rise in popularity.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
USA Foundation Repair, in conjunction with 25 News Now, brings you our Pledge of Allegiance every weekday morning. It's your time to reflect and celebrate our greatness as a country, to be a patriot, and to give thanks for living in the best country in the world. And it all began when you recite our pledge. Brought to you by USA Foundation Repair and 25 News Now.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we created the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, part of America's best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it puts the world at your fingertips. And now, there's a great in-stock selection to choose from at your best in Texas Ford dealer. Drive F-150 now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash plus up to $1,000 accessories cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Happy birthday, Miss Kelly Clarkson.
Thank you. We are celebrating my birthday with country star Jimmy Allen. Plus, what's up? We catch up with some of our favorite musicians.
Happy birthday to you.
And we got a big surprise. Next, Kelly.
1, 2, 3.
We want to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple and Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Music fans celebrating this weekend because it was National Record Store Day. While record stores may have seemed like a thing of the past, several brick-and-mortar stores still exist around the country, like this one in Chicago. 1,400 record stores around the U.S. taking part in the annual event, including all Reckless record locations, which started 16 years ago. It's held on a Saturday each April and every Black Friday in November to celebrate independently owned record stores. Some musicians also releasing exclusive music like Taylor Swift, Dolly Parton, and Fleetwood Mac. Howie, you mentioned that your friend used to own some record stores, and then we see Chicago, so I'm wondering if that's the one.
I don't know if that was it. I think he had Flipside Records. He was called the Flip Kid. He had that on his license plate. But yeah, he owned a bunch of record stores. I think records were before your guys' time. Did you guys ever have one?
Record? No, I never did. I was a CD guy growing up. He used to have every Eminem CD. Never owned records though.
But they're making a comeback. So
they are. They're very, very popular
now. You can see them at Walmart.
They're selling high-end like record players to play them now. So yeah, it's making a comeback.
I don't even know how to work one of those.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But what's making a comeback is maybe the rain. We're going to touch on that right now. But first, our marine forecast. Yeah, we still have a small craft advisory. Seas occasionally at 8 feet. That'll keep everything on the choppy side. So 60s this evening, but yeah, we're going to drop down into the 50s. Chilly with those winds around 20 miles per hour. A little bit on the chilly side. I got a 30-40% chance we still could see some lingering showers. Not going to be the heavy stuff or the violent stuff that we saw in the last day or so. Tomorrow, look at only a high of 71. Looking ahead, another rain day potentially for Tuesday with a little on Monday. Later in the week, we do warm up and cool back down. Adam?
All right, thanks, Howie. And thank you all for being with us. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on CrossroadsToday.com. Have a great week, everyone.